Hello, YouTubers, strangers, first-time guests, and anybody else that just wandered in here looking for something interesting. Today's video is sort of my own observations of PowerDirector 365 over the past year or so. You won't find this information on any other YouTube channel nor on any official Cyberlink site. Did you ever ask yourself, hey, do I have just too much junk in the trunk? So let's start out by saying this is a little wake-up call that probably affects only 365 users, as Ultimate users don't have access to the multitude of effects and templates that 365 users can obtain. Have you noticed over the past few months that it takes PowerDirector longer and longer to start up? The program itself seems to instantly load, but if you watch your hard drive activity light, you might see it blinking incessantly for what seems like forever before you can actually do anything in the program. So what's going on? No, your computer system is not getting slower, but there is a specific reason as to why this excessive startup time is getting to be annoying. The answer is too much junk in the trunk. Now here's what is going on. We can blame it all on the file structure that Cyberlink uses to read in all of the user's templates that have been downloaded over the months. When I say downloads, I don't mean just the ones that the user specifically selected to download, such as background music pieces from Cyberlink, Meta, or Soundscape, but all templates that have been forced on you as part of the monthly update. Whoa, did I just say that the program intentionally gets bigger and bigger each month because of the monthly updates? Yes, I did. Where do you think all those new titles and transitions go each time you get a monthly update? Well, PowerDirector stores them on your drive somewhere, but the bad news is that they are not just called up as needed in the program, but rather they are all loaded into memory as the program first starts. Although the executable part of the program does not change that much due to monthly updates, the fact is that all that data needs to be read from your drive as the program starts up. If your storage drive is one of the newer M.2 NVMe drives, then the startup time is minimized as best as possible. But if your storage drive is one of the older mechanical spinning hard drives, then go have a snack or take a nap while the program starts up. So just where does Cyberlink store all this data about titles, transitions, and other kinds of templates? The vast majority is found on the C boot drive in one of the user's folders. But it won't be in your specific user folder, but rather in the public user folder. Let's take a look and see. Using the Windows Explorer app, I'll open up the C drive, and then the Users folder, and then the Public folder, and then the Cyberlink folder. I have the option to show hidden items turned on for my system, and they will appear in several locations, but are shown slightly grayed out to indicate that they are hidden items. In the Cyberlink folder, you can see that I have 20 different folders that start with the word downloaded. All of these folders are automatically created and maintained by the PowerDirector program. And Cyberlink would just as soon that you keep out of any of these folders. If you move, rename, or delete anything within these folders, it might have negative impacts on the operation of the program. According to Cyberlink, you can delete any template content by using certain commands from within the program, such as seen when right-clicking on titles and selecting Delete from Disk. I am just showing you what you are up against as the data content continues to grow and grow. Now, would you be wondering just how much data is being read into the program as it starts up? Well, let's see just how much there is. In Explorer, I'll select these 20 folders and then right-click and select Properties. We'll have to wait as Windows goes through each folder and adds up the total bytes used by each file. Eventually, we get to a final total of around 12 gigabytes. That is for my system, and yours may differ substantially depending upon how many music files and other templates you may have downloaded on your own from within the program or from the director zone. But wait, there's more. Let's take a look at program files, then Cyberlink, and then templates. On my system, this is showing 6 effect packs that have been installed. Let's see just how much more data this takes up. I'll select all 6 items and then right-click and select Properties. After a short while, the total shows just over another 9 gigabytes, bringing my total to over 21 gigabytes. But the bad news is that PowerDirector does not just read the folder content directly into memory. Back in the folder Users, Public, Cyberlink, Downloaded Background Image, there would seem to be over 200 folders. But PowerDirector first reads the template list.json file and then verifies each entry actually exists in the folders, and then opens each folder and loads in the appropriate thumbnail image. Don't worry about trying to understand the JSON file. It stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and it's a text-based format for storing and exchanging data. While it may look like gibberish to you, PowerDirector reads and maintains this file all on its own. Just to confuse you and the PowerDirector program a little more, all of Meta's downloaded sound files are stored at C, users, your name, app data, roaming, Cyberlink, PowerDirector, cache files 03. If I use Windows Explorer to look at this location, that's another 1 gigabyte of music files whose names and other information are read into PowerDirector. While here in the cache files 04 folder, there are another 8 gigabytes of video files that all originated from Getty. Not all of the data for each song or video is initially read into the program here, but whenever you click on those background music download folders or the Getty downloads, the program needs to read in and display all the textual information pertaining to those files, as well as some thumbnail images or 30-second previews of songs. That's still a lot of information, especially if you have downloaded a lot of songs or videos. Now back in PowerDirector, try this. After you load PowerDirector and it is ready to go, click on My Media and then click on Downloads. Now this might take your system some time to read in all of the data, but when it is ready, scroll down and look at what there is in there. Typically, you may find a large amount of some background image files and perhaps a large number of downloaded music and sound effect files, such as I am showing. If you wish to reduce the number of music files that you downloaded, the easiest way is to use the method that Cyberlink would prefer. Just go back to the background music category in the program, then find that file in the list, then right-click on it and select Delete from Disk. Let's say in a video that you created several months ago, you downloaded a song called Morning Walk. If you want to delete it from the disk through the program, how would you know where to look? Cyberlink's music, Meta's, or Soundstripe's? And then, in which subcategory did that song come from? Well, the answer is you really don't know. It may involve a lot of looking around for it. But here's a tip. Whenever I download any music from any of these three sources from within PowerDirector, I add it to my favorites. Then later, if you have no longer any use for that sound, I may just have to look in my favorites category for each of the three sources. That makes it much faster to locate and delete a particular sound file. If I want to delete that song called Morning Walk, I can check the My Favorites of Cyberlink. Not finding it there, I switch to Meta's My Favorites. And there I find Morning Walk. I'll just right-click on it and select Delete from Disk. Well, here are my suggestions if you want to speed up the startup time and the program's performance. Use PowerDirector's command to delete from disk any downloaded song or video file from the Downloads category as soon as you've used them, or maybe have figured out a way to save a copy elsewhere on your drive. Go through all other titles, transitions, and effects, and use the same command to delete from disk any of those that you know you'll never use or those that might have a graphic display in a foreign language. If you are like me, I have saved far too many templates, songs, and images that I'll never use. But I am a self-admitted pack rat, and I hate to just delete things unless I am absolutely sure that I'll never use it. Otherwise, I am currently in the process of trying to save a copy of various things before I delete them from within the program. In the future, I can always browse for these objects on my own storage folder and use them as needed. That means PowerDirector doesn't have to read in the entire list of downloaded songs or videos every time the program starts. So get rid of all those no longer needed downloaded music files, and when you click on the Downloads category, it will load much faster than ever. And when you eliminate any titles, transitions, or overlays that you know you'll never use, then your startup time will be much faster. That's it, folks. The doctor has spoken. It's time to get rid of that junk in the trunk.
I'm driving city to city, night after night, in search of a lady that won't scratch, kick, or bite. Now I'm really not that picky, I just know what I like. Not too small, not too big, she's gotta be just right. I'm not talking all-American beauty, not one that looks all stuck up and snooty. No bony little ladies, not your everyday cutie. Show me a girl with a supersized booty. Don't care if she's crazy or a little bit mean. Won't bother me if she's a trailer park queen. Won't hurt if she's dirty, she's gotta have fun. I love a girl with junk in the trunk. Junk in the trunk. Now I've met lots of pretty ladies from all over the world. Not one was a keeper, I wouldn't call her my girl. Now I'm really not that picky, I just know what I like. Not too small, not too big, she's gotta be just right. I'm not talking all-American beauty, not one that looks all stuck up and snooty. No bony little ladies, not your everyday cutie. Show me a girl with a supersized booty. Don't care if she's crazy Won't bother me if she's a trailer park queen. Won't hurt if she's dirty. She's gotta have fun. I love a girl with junk in the trunk. Junk. Junk in the trunk. Alright, girls, now easy, don't hurt me. Show me a girl with a supersized booty. Don't care if she's crazy or a little bit mean. Won't bother me if she's a trailer park queen. Won't hurt if she's dirty. She's gotta have fun. I love a girl with junk in the trunk. No bony little ladies, not your everyday cutie. I love a girl with junk in the trunk. Junk. Junk in the trunk. That girl's got junk. Junk in the trunk. That girl's got junk. What do you mean that's junk? Too much junk in the trunk. That's junk. You can call me Fred G. Sam. My girl's got junk.